Student loan. Federal government plans pilot scheme for public institutions. Again, we need details about how this loan will work. And I don't think that has been given yet. Perhaps they have a plan for it, but it's not been made public enough because it's been made public. But maybe we've not gotten a very robust explanation as to how the loan will work, how to access the loan, how the payback plan is, what are the issues if you fail to pay back, like many things. Is there some interest rate? I mean, a lot of things that should be addressed. Steady dollar supply pushes naira to 1,262 naira to a dollar. I wish we could just take away the 1,000 and it's 262. That Nigeria would be fantastic. Terrorism. I have no criminal record, says Miyetti Allah's leader. That is also on the Punch newspaper. Impeachment. How Shuaibu leaked government secrets. Assembly tells panel. Another interesting one there. That's the ongoing battle in Edo State, which someday would have to really take a deep dive into. You would also hear Delta bloodbath surrender like Okwama monarch. CDS tells suspected killers. And that's it for the Punch newspaper. Let's just move on quickly now to the Vanguard and see what we have there. Remember that we are streaming on Facebook. So join the conversation. You don't want to miss this. On Facebook, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. So if you haven't joined us on Facebook before, it's very simple. You have the app, go on Facebook, go to the search bar, type Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. You'd see the page with the Nigeria Info logo. Over 200,000 followers there, so you know that's the right one. Like the page, that's the first thing. Then go to the live stream. When you scroll down, you would see the live stream for the newspaper review on the Morning Crossfire. Do well to drop your comments there, and don't forget to share. Very important as well. Don't forget to share so we can get as many people to be a part of the conversation as possible. From wherever you are in the world, you can watch and listen to us live on Facebook and on YouTube, Nigeria Info PH. On X, Nigeria Info PH. On Facebook, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. So, let's get on with it. Back to the headlines on the Vanguard now. This one says, electricity concerns as tariff hike hits customers, consumers, they say. And why residents of Okwama community can't access their homes now. This is coming from the Chief of Defense Staff. So you want to know why? Then you have to go get yourself the Vanguard newspaper. Diesel price drops by 20.6% as Dangote refinery floods domestic market. That's a good one. Although people aren't very comfortable with the difference. They say it's not much. It used to be around 1,500 for diesel, I think thereabout. But now it's about 1,200. And some people are saying before we got here, it used to be 700 naira, 800 naira for a liter of diesel, 600 naira even. So how did we get to this? So I'm pretty sure for a lot of people, they would appreciate more if we go back to the old day. But I think, try to also appreciate the fact that there's a bit of a change in the price. And the more we work on it, it could eventually become even cheaper than what it is now. Edo refinery receives 15,000 barrels of crude from Oza oil field. That's also on the Vanguard newspaper. And on the Vanguard still, you're going to find this one. Dangote refinery set to supply petrol next month. All right. 2 million consumers affected by hike in electricity tariff. Go and look at the details on the Vanguard newspaper. I told you before, I was reading up something yesterday where it said that increase might focus more in the urban areas. And if that's the case, a lot of us are in for a really big treat. We'll take a commercial now. When we come back, we'll take your response to the headlines. Stay with us.
The Shogun
6. Like I said, plenty of reactions to take, plenty of interesting headlines from the papers and the news. My name is Ifeyemi Andrew, for those who do not know. And let's get back into it. So on Facebook, don't forget Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Join the conversation there. You can watch us and you can listen to us live on line wherever you are in the world on Facebook. On YouTube, we're streaming as well. That's Nigeria Info PH. And on X, very important, on X, Nigeria Info PH, because I'll be taking your comments on X, and I encourage you to please drop those comments. I know for some people would say you don't take our comments too often. Okay, I changed. All right, so I'll be taking much of your comments on X as much as I do on Facebook. So please drop those comments on X. I'll take as much as I can. It is Nigeria Info PH on X. The WhatsApp number is 0809-030-6416. Again, 0809-030-6416. That is the WhatsApp number. So don't forget. Start dropping those comments now, and remember to follow us on X while you're doing that. Thank you very much. Okay, let's come back to some headlines again on The Nation newspaper. And on The Nation, you find it written like this: consumers flay electricity tariff hike without improved supply. Now, that's a good way to put it, because we do not get it as much as we ought to. There's always issues with the national grid. Always issues with the national grid. What's it with the megawatts now, the national grid? I don't know how many thousand we're standing at the moment, because it's not constant. It's fluctuating every single time. And we have gas, so we don't understand why. And you would understand if Nigerians are upset with it. Still on The Nation, no student dropout again, says Tinubu. That's referring to the student loan program. DSS gets court's nod to detain suspected ISIS member for 60 days. And Edu, federal government plans to raise bond in Forex. That's also on the Punch newspaper. And Navy uncovers 400,000 capacity diesel bunker in Lekki home. And that's where we are with those headlines. NEMA boss orders deployment of search rescue equipment others. Where is he sending those equipments to? You can only find that on The Nation newspaper. But there we have it. Let's go over to your messages on Facebook first before we take some calls. So on Facebook now, your comments, if you haven't joined, again, I'll remind you, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH is the handle on Facebook. On X, Nigeria Info PH, and I'll just take this message quickly on X at skiffle_Piro says, good morning. Federal government raises electricity tariff for customers enjoying 20-hour power supply is not to increase price. They should make sure we have steady power. Very true. And we don't have steady power across board. There's some areas in River State where power is, reasonably the good it's been given for a good amount of time. Some people get for 18 hours, 20 hours. Some people get for 15 hours, 16 hours. There are areas where they get for only 4 hours, and you increase tariff. What can I say? On Facebook now, Obioma Noble, I still wonder why some people won't let the governor rest, though the people's governor is busy doing what the former governor did not do. The only surprise I see, oh man. Okay, good morning. When you push someone so hard, he or she is bound to react. Clinton. J. Fetibekwe says, I like the boldness in the governor. So those that think the presidential resolution is constitutional should now think twice. Raymond Eze, if I'm to be the FCT minister, I'll peacefully stay off the microphone, because when you talk a lot, people will no longer take you serious. Christian Williams says, the planned increase of electricity tariff in these hard times is a pure definition of wickedness. Lorenzo Delight says, signing of student loan bill by president is a good one. Reduction of school fees would be better. Dangote refinery flooding market with diesel is a good one, but the price is too high. The way FCT minister and the governor are going, okay. Charles Allos here says, at least those who felt the governor was a weakling have heard him. You don't slug a child and expect him not to cry. Gift Insirim said, I don't see the impeachment threat to the assembly against the governor as important. If they are serious, they should serve the governor impeachment letter, then wait and see what will happen. Engineer Ofrum Henry says, good morning, Ifeami. He sent in this one in from Ozwaha community. I think the governor must take actions now on those who think he has nothing in mind. Okay. Charles Alozie says, at least those who felt the governor was a weakling have heard him. Okay, he must learn it without equivocation. Rivers State belongs to Rivers people and not one man. Udochi Adachuks, I don't mind paying high for electricity tariff or make I just see the light. The light at the end of the tunnel. Adindu Wisdom says, good morning. The governor is a wise, gentle lion who calculates his moves before making them. They sit at the home state assembly. The assembly members should beware. Justice Ori, going by past experience, I'm still afraid the student loan scheme will not serve its purpose. It will be hijacked by politicians to settle their allies. Thank God Ability at Tuegbu says the governor has endured enough. The time has come for him to exercise his power as governor. Since Tinubu assumed office, each month has its own increment. I understand what you are saying perfectly. Daye Long John, I will surprise you. Fubaratel's critics feedback. That's the man. I love this statement from the governor. Enough of all this talk. Okay. Who's here again? Okay, this one says good morning, good morning, good morning. Nigerian for good morning. All right. We're taking more messages on Facebook. Okudili Iwu Ogu says, good morning. Federal government planning to increase tariff on electricity is not a good one, especially now that hardship is already biting. Now it's biting harder. Alex says, the governor, Sim, you better wake up, my governor. Stop being quiet. Tari Miebai says, I think the lawmakers should be prepared for a shocker from the governor. The reaction of his voice this morning, that was the sound of war. Anunobi Ekachikesi says, electricity tariff increase. They shouldn't increase this thing to a point where running generators will become cheaper than using light. What can I say? Good morning, Ifeami. The governor have said it all. If you say ocean has dried, put your leg and see how the ocean will swallow you. Everybody day or day and allow the governor concentrate. Comrade Sobi says, good morning from Degema. Please let me say clear that those so-called lawmakers are just making unnecessary decisions and bills just because they are receiving their payment. Let the governor please stop their payment now that the battle has begun. Okay, the governor did not say any battle has begun. No. It is you that's interpreting it that way. He only said if people would take him trying to implement a non-constitutional document because of respect for the president, that's why he's implementing it. And it's not a time-framed document. It is not a constitutional document, so I must not implement everything at once. And I've been implementing it process by process. And in fact, for many, it's only one item left on that document. It says if I'm doing that and you take that for me as for me being weak, then I will shock you. So there's a caveat there. If you look at that and disrespect him and think he's weak, that's when he would shock you. That's what he would say. He did not say war. Not say he's going to go and he's fighting anybody. So let's not. Aduroja Olawale says, in all, let's put Rivers State first to foster great development. Nwankwo Hejrika on Facebook says, my governor have spoken. Don't take him for granted because he's a peaceful gentleman. Oh, the messages are a lot. Let's now go to the phone lines quickly and take some of your calls. We'll start with Susie. Please, let's always remember to keep it civil and straight to the point. Susie, good morning from Erema.
Yeah. Andrew, good morning. Yeah, I'm listening to the governor's caveat, and I'm going to shock those who think I can't do anything. I believe that even like you said, people are taking it out of context. I did not see a physical violence in that particular caveat. What I'm seeing is because of the level of criticism, the governor has been pushed into realizing that he has to provide governance. Kudos to people like Chief Tony Okocha who has actually done that, and people like me and Guy Fonyanagwa who are also doing the same. So to that extent, I want to also urge people who are saying that the FCT minister should not come to Rivers State to distract this governor. The first time, so let us start by saying that Nyesom Wike actually made his life for this particular foundation that some of us think they want to enjoy today. and you cannot ask him, as somebody who is a son of the state, has a house here, and is a stakeholder. You are not telling him as a tenant that he should not come, him that have house, that he should not come to his own state to make contribution on what will benefit the state. If Nyesom had wanted to destroy the state, would Nyesom not bring sin for Bara that all of us are celebrating? And listen to Solomon Lenu. Solomon Lenu is one person at a time who has called this governor unprintable names before the election. And today the same person is talking from both sides of his mouth. I just believe that we should realize that at the end of the day, when we are doing whatever we have to do, we should do it and remember that there is actually a future. The FCC minister has right to come to Rivers State and even talk to the governor, because there is a serious betraying on this part of the whole process. The man is not happy with the governor, and the better we understand it, the best for us in the state. So those who are beating the drum of war, that is not what.
All right, let's go to mouth 3. Good news is on the line. Thank you, Susie. Good news. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother, Mal.
All right, good news. Go ahead.
Yes, still on the elections, regarding the issue of Fubara and caveats in it. I think this is one of the best speech I've heard from the governor. You don't take the governor for granted. You don't insult the governor. When you insult the feet of the governor, you insult Rivers people. And when you insult Rivers people, we will all react. And when we will react to the governor. The mess I think the governor is taking, former Governor Wike will not dare it in Rivers State. He will not take it when he was a governor. Even as a minister, he will not allow something similar to this to happen. Insulting the governor, abusing assembly members who are meant to ensure that Rivers State is grow better than Lagos, are the ones bringing the state down. All their interest is how to impeach, how to make sure you implement. They're not talking about the health sector in Rivers State. They're not talking about to carry out oversight on schools. Now schools are closed, soon they will open. They're not talking about to carry out oversight to ensure that there is good water in those schools, there is good sewage, there is the gases are cleared, the chairs are properly kept, so that when the children resume, they will have where to stay. They're not talking about if the project is going to have to get oversight. Instead of they're talking about impeachment. He is not implementing. After implemented their own, I think it is becoming unbecoming. And Rivers people will say, no, I have not met Fubara before. When he was contesting,
all right, good news. Point has been made. We don't have all the time. Let's go to Temple in Oyigbo. Thank you. Good news. Let's remember, keep it short. Just go straight to the point and we're done. We move on to the next caller. It's easier that way. Temple from Oyigbo, good morning.
Good morning, the very distinguished Ifemi. And how are you doing this morning?
Fine, thank you. Go ahead.
Yes, so Dangote Refinery flooding the market with diesel product. For me, I think it's a good one. But I also continue to solicit for the reduction of the price of that petrol. And the very distinguished Ifemi, Andrew, I tend to ask this morning. Federal government told us in collaboration with NNPC that the refinery Port Harcourt refinery precisely will be working in the next 2 weeks. The 2 weeks never elapsed. It never expired. I mean, there are 2 weeks plenty. And at the same time, to my governor, sir, since you came on board, you have, demonstrated some level of maturity. You have shown some level of good governance to Rivers people. You are bent on not, putting smiles on the faces of Rivers people, sir. You are a good man. Please, we know that the state, a lot of persons is hitting hard, but use diplomacy. Apply some common sense and wisdom. Bible says it's profitable to direct. And to my former governor, you saw the good in this man, and you supported him wholeheartedly. You told the Rivers people, some of us within the conference of the party, the need for us to support him. And we did galvanize vote. We canvassed and we protected our vote. We don't reach to chop. A lot of us now can't even benefit it. I want to tell him, he has made name for himself. There is a need for us to shield our souls and embrace peace If money could afford life, Abacha wouldn't have died. If money they bribe them, Abacha will not die. They should allow Rivers. In fact, my former governor and my present governor now, there is a need for us to give peace a chance so that we go talk to. We go talk to.
Temple, like thank you. Let's go to Koroye in Ozuoba. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Koroye, good morning. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you.
My brother, I am talking about I am from River State. And what is happening in River State? I am ashamed that every day the whole world here in River State. As I'm talking to you, this is the first time River State are having the worst assembly. Assembly that somebody will say, I am only the person that nominated this people. I'm ashamed of myself what I'm hearing every day. And I think them, let them allow this man to concentrate on what he's doing. This man this morning, he touched my heart, he speak as a man, that being silent, that does not mean that you don't know what to do. I am pleading with them. The question I want to ask these people who are dragging this man is that, at what point did they talk about the people who voted for them? No work they have done in their places. What they want to fight is the constitution of the resource of River State. My brother, at the end of the day, I said if a leader talk much, he cannot build a house. We are here when the former governor was making a statement that I am eating River State money. We are enjoying, they are crying. We hear that song and nobody corrected him. And this time, why can't he endure? Let all other people enjoy and let us to cry. That is my take on you should endure as a man. Thank you very much, please.
All right, great. Thank you. Andy from Rukwaku, good morning.
Yeah, Ikemi, good morning.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Let me go say this. People before now have started that Team Fubara has been using the River State resources money to be paying people every day on Thanksgiving and this and that. I want to ask them a question this morning. Who and who did Team Fubara pay as per yesterday, the Norgay civil servants that came? You were seeing people massive from the 33 local governments of River State. I want to tell them, who did Team pay? It is an assertion. See, when you say, and when the Bible said the righteous rules and the people will rejoice, it is obvious. There is no amount of money that can be brought for somebody who is doing well. He will not even give 10 naira because the people are for him. So I want to tell them, who and who did Team pay today? Because the crowd was too massive. And I want to tell Rivers people that we will continue to support Team Fubara. Local government workers will continue to support Team Fubara. Rivers State government will continue to support Team Fubara. Whoever that will say that Team is here hiring people, let him continue to say. And as many of them too that are enjoying it within themselves and are also workers in River State, in local government, please, when they pay that money, refund it to the governor and let us know that you are doing the right thing. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Andy. John is in Omudioga. We also have Clinton from Bori. So, John, let's hear from you this morning. Good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning. My name is John Amadalete from Omudioga this morning. Former Commissioner of Information, Emmanuel Okpa, advised the Minister of FCT to pay more attention on the FCT than coming to River State for distraction of the governor. Andrew, this is what every people who mean well for Rivers people advising the former governor. Because the way and manner he is doing, he will reduce his values in the River State. Before, Rivers people love him. As of today, nobody valued him again because he's doing what he's doing. He is the man who gave Rivers people, similarly, Fubara say is a qualified one. Why all these things now? Every day is going on media to give a prayer. Is he a Minister of Information to Nigeria? If you ask me, the answer is no. And secondly, the governor said President invited them for peace pact. That implementing the peace pact is not a constitutional pact. It's a peace pact to make sure that everything works well for Rivers people. But He wants those people. He has speak now as a governor. I like his statement so that they will be aware that someone is governing this state. Because the way Assembly and the minister is doing, very soon, Ifemi Andrew, I will personally send all these videos to Portable to release the good banger to Nyesu Weekend so that anytime you come, they will rubbish him with a good song. So that he will
John, nobody's from Lega, nobody's rubbishing anybody, please. Thank you. All right, and I think that's where we have to also be wise in the choice of words, because at one time this FCT minister was governor. Some of you now were praising him. Everything he did was good. It was the Mr. Project. So it's just funny how so soon we can flip. You might not like certain things, but doesn't mean you begin to cast down a person because you don't like what they are doing now. Don't forget that they were good yesterday. So even if you want to criticize, you have to be very constructive and choose your words. Yes, you might not be comfortable with some things they are doing now. Nobody will take that away from you. It's your right. But remember that this same person you are angry at now, yesterday you were singing their praises. That's why you should also be very constructive in your criticism. All right, so let's please mind the language and mind the words we use at different times, because even the governor himself had not said something bad about the former governor or FCT minister or any other person. He hasn't. So let's toe that path as well. Clinton from Bori is on the line. Remember, the number to call is 0817 923 0002. You can also call 0817 923 0000, among others. Also on X, Justice Ori says, going by past experience, I'm still afraid that the student loan scheme will not serve its purpose. Politicians will hijack it. All right, keep your messages on X coming in. Nigeria Info PH. That is the handle on X, Nigeria Info PH. Let's go to Bori now. Clinton is on the line. Good morning, Clinton.
A very good morning to you, Andrew.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, let me start by saying that peace is priceless and terror is senseless. We must all give peace a chance. Abia State is making wave in terms of development, but Rivers State is known for political crisis every now and then. Every day you go on the media, you hear Rivers State, which is not supposed to be so. Rivers State is supposed to be competing with states like Lagos State and Kano State, but that has not been the case in recent times. Now, the governor of Rivers State should be known to have executive powers that have far-reaching effect on everybody in Rivers State. But the man have decided to take a very calm precedent. And I think all should imitate him. So the lawmakers, they should know that there are some persons that elected them, the people elected them. And their interest is to represent the mandate of the people, to protect the mandate of the people, which was given to them, by making laws that benefit the greater population of Rivers people. But they've not been doing that. So I'm urging all parties to ensure that they come together to forge a common front so that Rivers people will enjoy the dividends of democracy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Clinton. Let's go to Yenegua now, where we listen to Gift and then take some messages on WhatsApp. Gift, good morning.
Andrew, my brother, I feel me. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Gift. Go on.
Let me address the former commissioner under Wike Imaoka. These are the things that I have been talking every day and night. I've not been employed by Wike, but from 2014, because of Ebele Goodluck Jonathan, I supported Wike, and Wike made me proud. We stood with him, even when Bayelsa people decided to betray Goodluck. And somebody would tell me, don't come to Rivers State, stay at Abuja. You as a learned man, I don't want to hear this thing on my own. I'm making my own opinion this morning. What kind of advice is that? That don't come to Rivers State. And you as a person having a commissioner one time under Wike, commissioner of information under Wike, but people like us who are not even expected, I have used the word, Andrew Fiemi this morning, I want to repeat again. If Wike today calls me, gift from Yenegua, come and take this appointment, I said I will turn it down so that you will not think it is because of anything. I have used my resources to support this man. I have used my strength to support this man, everything from day one to this minute. But people who enjoyed him, people who he brought to limelight, people who he has assisted including the governor today who is sounding the way he's sounding. Okay, if the House of Assembly is telling you this is what you're supposed to do, Justice Omotosho already, as I speak with you, has nullified that budget. If somebody is telling me, is it constitutional? It's as if we are not reading. A law court has given judgment. So any cover you are spending, it is illegal. The truth is always bitter. That is why I join facts with dialogue, and I will continue in that trend.
All right, Gift. Thank you. Your point has been made. Let's get on to WhatsApp now and listen to some of your thoughts on WhatsApp. And by the way, Hard Factors with Canada, just to correct that. All right, let's go on. Thank God Ability Atwigbu says, top of the morning, the governor of Fubara said he will surprise his critics. Please, no time to check time. Surprise them with dividends of democracy so that their eyes become clear. Thank God Ability, that's you. Fortune or Womet says, it is laughable to hear a Mauka speak against the finger that fed him. Well, time will heal all wounds. Womet from Ilili. Good morning. Real estate politics is always like this. You can't hear this in other states. Real estate politics, I'm trying to understand. River State, I think that's what you meant. Mr. Minister, you want to eat both sides. That is the problem that we have. You can be inside the river and soap will enter your eye. Let the governor open his eyes. This one says, I'm not from River State. Those supporting the former governor.
Madam, you don't try this new Lush Hair 4-in-1 no lie relaxer kit. We get free neutralizing shampoo and conditioner join.
What? Me, I know deal.